Okay, so the business process flows are introduced in the CRM 2013 only. Okay, in earlier we don't have a this business process flow option. Okay, so the business process flows they introduced in CRM 2013. Okay, and they are enhanced in the CRM 2015. Okay, so the business process flows, so it is the business process flow, it is similar to a workflows, and which is still it is exist. Okay, so BF's business process flows. Okay, so business process flows are designed to work with the users and guide them through the very variety of business. Okay, so currently where the business which stage is this business it is there. Okay, so it will explains the where the state of the business it is there. Okay, so for example if we take the one opportunity, what is the probability of winning this opportunity? Okay, so for example if we take the sales process, so sales process it will starts with the lead, and it will create a opportunity, it will create a quotation, it will create a order, it will create a invoice. So which stage it is there? So by using, by seeing that this business process flow we can understand the where the current business it is. Okay, BPF business process flows are originally introduced in the Polaris update. So after 2011 release, okay, so 2011 roll ups 16. Okay, so actually they released this business process flow. After that into CRM 2013 they refined the process. Okay, so as shown in the diagram we can able to see here. So here we can see this stage: identify, research, resolve. So this is a business process flow. Okay, so key benefits of using this one. Okay, so key benefits by using this business process flows allow the organizations to define the specific step that need to be taken for something is happen. Okay, so like it is a stage by stage. Okay, so where the business it is there and where it will be in it will, we can show the business in a stage by stage, and we can easily track the process where the record is. Okay, so next business process flows for stage by stage and getting. So if you qualify the stage, then only we can go to the next step. Okay, so that is how the business process flows usually it is represented. So business process flow can control through a portability business logic. So we can able to control the some portability business logic. Okay, so business process flows for multiple entities. In a one business process flows, we can able to set the 5 entities records. So there can be a 10 active business process flows for a entity. So there is a limitation for the business process flows. For one entity, we can able to create only 10 business process flows. So users with appropriate security permissions can only edit. So here the business process flows we can have a role based business process flows we have. Okay, so the users switch the midstream or a new business process flow, so they can able to switch from one process to another process. Okay, so the next limitation of the business process flows is this one: an entity once it is selected during the design of the business process flow we cannot reference it again. Okay, so if we select one entity for business process flow we cannot refine it, and there is a limitation in a one business process flow we can have a only 5 entities. So if a user have a doesn't have a proper permission, the business process flow it won't visible. Okay, and there is a limitation, it is a maximum 10 business process flows for a entity. Okay, and there is a the maximum stages in a business process flow, it is a 30. Okay, so in a CRM out of box we have a some business process flows by default. So by default we can, when you create an organization you will get a 3 business process flows. And if you want to, so ready to use, so the Microsoft is giving us some package is ready to use the some business process flows. So we can, in the settings we can see this one, ready to use business process flows. If you click on that, it will give the following business process flows. So by out of box we can get it this all the things. See here in the settings, data management, here ready, add the ready to use business process flow. If you select that, so we can able to get the all these out of box business process flows. Okay, so and the the first thing, if you want to enable the business process flow for entity. Okay, so in the custom, go to the customizations and select the entity, and there is option here, we can select the business process flow. So I will show in the system. Go to the settings, so select the entity. So here we can see here for out of box entities, some of the entities out of box entities, this one it is checked. If you create a custom entity, so if you want to enable the business process flow for that, okay, so here we have to select this one. So if you select this one, okay, so once if you select this one in the background, so it will create a two fields in a entity. So that is step process process id and stage id, it will create a two fields. Okay, so for example if I create a new entity, I will create a new entity. So I'm creating a new entity. So here we can see here out of box entities. Okay, so first I'm saving this entity. Save and close. So if I go to this entity, whatever the entity I have created, so if you see in the fields, so here we will not find any stage or stage id. Okay, so now here there is no fields like that, stage id and process id. So once I, if I enable this business process flow, so it will create the two fields in the background. Okay, if I go to the fields, so here we can see stage id and process id. So here process id it will stores the what is the business process flow GUID, and stage id it will stores the where the current stage, where the current stage it is. So it will stores that. Okay, so that is the by using this option we can enable the business process flow for a entity. Okay, for out of box entities it is already enabled. Okay, so if it is not enabled, if you want to enable it, we can enable it from here. Okay, so next, designing a business process flow. For creating a business process flow, so go to the settings and solution and process. So create a new, here enter the business process, or here we have to select the type business process flow type, and here we have to select the targeting entity. Okay, so once if you click on OK, okay, so this is a business process flow design. So this is a stage, it is by default stage it is. So here we can you can select the which field you want to show it here. So it is a mandatory R. So we can able to insert this stage here. So in the next stage, so this stage name just I'm giving like a whatever the name, if you want we can give it like a 10%. Okay, so 10% qualify. Okay, so just it is a stage name. Okay, so if you insert new one, we can able to insert here. So 20% reach. Okay, so here what are the fields you want to show it here, we can able to put it here. And if we can, if you want to make a mandatory, so moving to the next stage we can put it here. Okay, so based upon some conditions. Okay, so if you want to based upon the conditions in a CRM 2015 they introduced the, okay, if conditions in a business process flow. Okay, so if you want to add the branching like if condition, we have to select that one. So account name equal to some value, some X. So then, so if you click on right symbol, so you if condition we added again, if you can able to insert the new one. Okay, so if this is a, if it is that condition is qualified, so then we can put the like a 40%. Okay, so here what is the field is mandatory, we can select it here. Okay, so like that we can able, we can set, you can define the processes here. Okay, so once we can select this ones, we can save. So this is there a process error, it will contain some errors. Okay, so here whatever the condition if you put the condition here. Okay, so this if condition, this attribute it should contains in the top level. Okay, so here add new field, and we if you put here account name. Okay, so this whatever the we are putting a condition, what are the fields you are using in a condition, you should contain is in the top status, top stage. Okay, in the above stage that field it should contain. So once it is saved, we can activate. So once it is activated, so if we go to the accounts, okay, so I click on a new. Okay, so now we can see here this is a business process flow. What are the fields I have put on here? So it is a mandatory for moving the next stage. Okay, so if I enter this one, some X. Okay, so now 40% it is reached. So the 40% stage it is giving. So if I put the sum G, so now the 40% is more hiding. Okay, so like that we can put the if conditions. Okay, so now if the user sees that this is a current active stage, okay, if you click on to the next, so it will move to the next stage. So once it is saved, so if you click on a next, so the business it will go to the next stage. So this is a current stage. So if I enter this one account number, okay, so once if I enter the X, so there is a next stage. So if I click on a next stage, it will go to the next stage of the business. Okay, so now it is there here. Okay, so this is the use of the business process flows. They can you can see this one here. So from here, so like a whatever the stage if you want here, so this is a current active stage. So if you move back, okay, if you click on that, it will back to the again it's 20%. Or if you back to the first stage, so we can move the front and back. Okay, so that is a business process flow. In the business process flow, we can able to enable the role based business process flow. Okay, so enable the security roles. So what are the roles this business process flow you want to show it? So we can select it here for that role. So or else if you want to show the every user, we can select this one. So now this business process flow it will enable for the every user. So here in the business process flow, we can able to see the related entities also here. Here we can able to show the related entities, select the related entities here. Okay, so from if you want to show some fields from the related entities, we can select the relationships here. So for example, I want to show the contacts. Okay. So first the field we need to show it here. Okay. So then if you click on this here, primary contact is the relationship field. So like if there is any relationships, it will display here, and we can select it here. So if you want to see this one details and all, so we can expand and we can see that. So here if you want to the order, so if you have a more than one or more than one, so which one you want to show the first to the user, so we can show it here. So once if it is saved, it will save the all the our changes. So switching the one business process flow to another business process flow, we can click on here, and here we can see the switch the process. So currently we have a only one business process. If you have a multiple, we can select, and we can if you click on a select, it will be change. So that is a use of the business process flows in a MS CRM.